Ganga.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm sitting with this longing, this desire, this obsession to be with you all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel a bit shy and find a bit ridiculous because what can I do? Like almost like a baby who wants to follow you
Yeah, understand.
everywhere.
I
And
was like this with my master. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So,
and there is so much fear that like if I'm not in proximity of you,
this is
the
the thing.
confusion will come.
Yeah, but this is, you see, what to say. One cannot help that at some point in the search it can happen that you need so much to be, let's say, near the teacher that you want to be all the time there. Yes. Okay, I mean, some people have that, some people not. You pass through that. Now, you described it, yes, it's like a child. You are a child in this journey, probably, as in this way. But you already see it's because you project everything on me. Huh? And then, of course, because of that projection, then the fear is there. If I'm not there, I will go back to whatever, etc., etc. So one projection brings myriads of other projections. And that's how we live. That's how we live. So here, my suggestion would be, know that all what you put on me, it's your projection. Huh?
Can it be both? Can I see correctly? Because I don't think it's a projection. I really think I see.
Of course it's a projection.
No, you are what I see, I
Yeah,
think.
I am what you are. I mean, I'm not different in essence than you. It's because you believe I'm not yet there. But I am there because I'm sitting here, and some people believe in me. But I mean, it's still a projection. But of course, I know that because I had a master also, it helped me tremendously. Because what is the master? He will bring you constantly back from where you are. Yeah? He will not entertain an idolatry. Yes, 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 yes. You will be like me, even a bit less, but still. I mean, we love the Buddhas, you see, because he allowed oneself to realize, oh, I am what the Buddha is. But we love the image. I speak of myself. I loved it so long, and still I love it. But now I know it's an image that is so beautifully quiet and wise, and oh my God, what an ideal under that tree. We love that. We project that when you realize yourself, you will become finally like this, you know. It's even better than simply like this, because you don't depend on any attitude in time. You see, but in a way, I know that one cannot help. There is, if you give time in your journey, probably you pass through so many experiences. So, each one has its journey for that, but you have to hear the essential again and again. No, it's a projection. Actually, what I love or what I want to hear from here or somewhere else is that I am. My nature is already here. I am it. I am it, in fact. But I still believe in my projection more than the simple fact to be. So just know that each time, a few indications help in the same direction. If you are by yourself, if you need this help, it's like, but who has this believe in the need to be with me, for example? Who? You could try now, and then you see where are you going when you ask this question. You just ask. Is there a projection here?
I a little bit understand, and then there's a part of confusion, and there's some.
It's not. How can you be confused? I mean, you ask, who is feeling what I feel now? So where are you? Are you in the confusion, non-confusion, or you are who has got this? The question is who? Who gets this experience? So you have to live the experience to reply to have the experience of who. Otherwise, why don't you ask why I'm not in pink today or something? It's a subjective question. It's the only existing subjective question. So it's very new, isn't it?
I feel so stupid at the moment, like I don't understand anything.
Who is stupid? Who thinks he's stupid? We don't care about the experience. The subjective question cares about the subject. Subject. What is a subject? Tell me a sentence. I. Don't add it's just I. The subject is I. Yeah? Suddenly you laugh. Yeah, to be I alone, even for a split second, gives you a big relief. Sure. That direction. Okay. Okay. That's better. And that's there wherever you are.
And then still this image of like this time when Papi came, like just like little Papi next to me.
Yeah, welcome, but know that it is a movie then. So, and if the movie troubles you because it's not fulfilled or whatever, you said, who has this experience? Huh? Well, yeah. I will not tell something else.
Merci. Thank you.
Well, thank you if you do it. Otherwise, you have not to thank me. Because I don't need the thanks. But I need that you say thanks to yourself. Oh, I'm so happy now not to be confused. Yeah? Okay.
So just listening to that, when the question who comes, there's a block that's seen.
Then you are living who?
I'm believing who or
no,
living?
you are living.
Living
If
who?
you see the black, then
Yeah.
you are not with the subject, you are with an object.
Yeah.
Ah.
And when you said I, it felt like it bypassed the question, almost like it cut through the question, just saying I. And but there's also this not knowing the difference between when it's the mind I and the self I.
Okay. Okay. You see, when you arrive in I, you have the question, who feels that? Or who sees the black, whatever? What do you reply?
When I'm writing I or
No,
when
I'm
I'm
sorry. When you see something and you ask, who is seeing that? What you will reply? What is your answer?
when the question comes, who is seeing that?
Yeah, sure.
Who is seeing that?
Yeah, what is your answer?
Is the question who is seeing that, like, is that an object or
Why you avoid to ask the question? We will come there. I ask you to do what I ask you. So who is seeing anything? No, you tell me.
oh um seeing?
No.
No. Okay.
I see. What seeing?
Okay.
Who says seeing? Who sees seeing? This is the bullshit of Advaita. No, not seeing. I see. I see. And what do I mean when I say I? Probably you mean I can see only through this body-mind, through this feeling, yeah?
Okay, so I'm carrying a concept. So there's a concept.
Don't go to answers yet.
Okay.
So we are with I, otherwise we will never arrive, yeah? Okay. I see. So any answer from there becomes an object. Who sees the object? There must be a subject. It's I, the one I think I am or I thought I am, but still it is I. But then, suddenly, you say I, so it's out. It's an object now. From where I see this I alone, I keep quiet. That's what I am. So of course, if you go to your habits of the mind, you will say, what does it mean? Is it the concept still, etc.? Sure. But I wanted that you stay only with the subject. So, how long can you stay with I alone? How long? You don't answer, you do it, and then you answer. I want you to see, if you stay with I alone, it will very compulsively,
Compulsively?
yeah, come something to add to I. So this is one direction, so the mind is there. Or there is another direction. You let the mind, the I, disappear. Disappearance still is a state, an experience. And then you stay where you are left. Is there anybody there? How to know? That's what I am. That's what is the indication. That's the indication. You see, the indications are there because one places himself in the mind. So there is a kind of counter-indication. Don't go with the movement of the mind. Go at the source of the mind. Still, it's an indication in the mind. But one needs that if he still cannot conceive the unconceivable. So it's a kind of practice, okay? But it's a practice which removes practice and the practitioner. So do that again and again, till this again doesn't have a meaning.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
Do you need to inquire who the seer is?
If you inquire, it's about who am I as a subject?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because you give already the answer, you see, the seer. So you cannot ask the question. It's intellectual understanding. You have to ask the question yourself. You don't need answers in the mind.
Yeah. So to still ask silently.
Just silently.
I mean, just to be
whatever.
like.
No, don't give any obligation. Just ask.
Yeah.
But then you can do it now. And then we see.
So I see, or I'm seeing.
You don't do it. I say we can do it now. And then let's see. You can do it now. You can do it now.
No. Yeah.
You understand, no?
Yeah.
So why don't you do?
Nothing happens.
Mm?
Nothing happens.
Okay, great.
What's the difference?
So where do you jump now?
Where do I jump? Yeah.
Nothing happened. Okay, then you get fascinated by that, and that's why the question comes back.
Yes.
Okay. When I say great, when you said nothing happened, because finally it can be also, finally you don't go in your mind anymore to get an answer. So now you see the trick of the mind?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Because if you are in this mood to just obviously being yourself in the experience of obviousness, when the mind comes back, will you go there?
No.
No. No. So it's very important to spot the mind, because then or you go with the mind but you know it's the mind, so you cannot expect any realization there.
But then it seems so simple, like.
Oh, it's more than simple, because simple is when you still have to do something. There are things complicated and things simple. Here you have not to do anything because you are it.
Natural, yeah.
You are it.
Mm.
I mean, if you don't search anymore who you are, all that, forget even this talk.
Yeah.
But if it is still delicate in a way, if it is still like you are vigilant, then yes. Then you give a moment to that. Don't live like that. It's not needed. But when you have the moment of let me have a break with this world of appearance and belief, then if the mind reappears, just see, okay, I don't go there. It's as simple, because it's not something you have to attain. You are it.
If there's a seer, you still just need to keep inquiring.
If you make the seer an object, yes, otherwise you keep quiet. You are the seer, but if you glue something to the seer, then it becomes I, personal I see. This is extraordinary, you see. Yeah. The same thing becomes I see. When one realizes that, it doesn't mean that the mind will not reappear. You can have moments where the mind is not there, of course, but you know it's the mind. That is the thing. You know it's the mind. That makes a big difference. So don't try to have a life with a forced no mind state. It's not the goal. The split second needs a moment of no mind, that's sure. Well, it happens also sometimes, as people say, out of the blue, but they were in a moment of no mind, knowingly or not knowingly. In the mind you get a knowledge, but it's not a knowledge of the self, it's a knowledge of what the self is not as absolute, as the background of everything. You know what it is not. You know that all what you can know are only aspects of it. That's the knowledge, self-knowledge.